Hey guys, Will here. I'm with my friend Lincoln.
Hey guys.
Today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things. There's a lot because there's kind of been a week or two since we've recorded because of life. But a lot of things have happened.
Yes, you heard about a big hurricane hitting places. It went right over us basically. Well, kind of.
Yeah,
Um, but we're all okay. I know a lot of people or some people I know there is a death total and just
it's
want to
like 100
acknowledge
and
that
something, right?
yeah, we were very fortunate. Besides some minor damage, I would say we got really lucky.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, we're going to be
but
talking about Andor, Werewolf by Night, Black Panther, maybe Pokemon, definitely Mario.
mhm. So we're just gonna go over some stuff. But before we do that, I have a trivia question.
All right.
I try to make this one a little bit easy.
Oh, so when I get this wrong, it's going to be an issue.
Well, I don't think you will. What Disney attraction has a host nicknamed the Ghost Host that tours you around on the ride?
Feel like Haunted Mansion?
Yes.
Okay. It's been an actual long time since I've been on that ride.
I really like that ride. It's become one of my favorite rides at Disney.
Aren't they making a second one?
A second.
Haunted Mansion movie?
I
I
don't
might
know.
just be crazy. I don't know. There's a reason that popped in my head.
I feel like it would be a good idea. Um, we've talked about this, but I really think they should do the Twilight Zone thing with they make Twilight Zone episodes and at the season finale, um they do a Disney themed episode, like Expedition Everest, Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror.
In the
I
Twilight
feel
Zone?
like yeah, you know how it's kind
Well,
of
because
like a
like those
different
rides, like the Tower of Terror is from Twilight Zone, right?
yeah, technically yes, but like do really expensive yeah, it is. Do an expensive episode on kind of like a Disney park ride. Whether it's like, this one company wants to build a service to get up Mount Everest so people don't have to hike or whatever, and they run into the abominable snowman or the
Yeah.
Yeti. I just think it would be cool. But I had a question of the week, but let me think of a new one because I forgot it. So the question for the week is, are you trick or treating? And if so, what are you going to be?
So for me, I don't really trick or treat. I haven't trick or treated since I was like 8. Um, but I've had to go in an outfit this year.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was something where I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be this for Halloween." Um, oh, you know what? I recently watched this show called Peaky Blinders.
Oh,
Basically, I'll just um be British gangster. There you go.
yes. I've seen clips from it.
Yeah, because I have the hat and I have a coat like that. I just would have to wear a suit.
That would be a cool costume. I yeah, that would be cool. I think because no, I don't have to figure it out. Our work lets us dress up on Halloween. So last year I dressed up as Steve Irwin. Um, I would probably be. Hmm, this is tough. I've always wanted to be Nightwing, so maybe I'd try that if I had the time.
Yeah. Do you think my department does that? I feel like it's probably not allowed.
No, I don't think that's probably allowed with the machines and stuff,
Yeah. So
unfortunately.
yeah. So I can't be. I'm probably gonna work Halloween. So unfortunately, it can't be Gangster Day. But it's all right.
Well,
Um. So what's up?
never mind. It was just, I don't know. Sorry. Go for
So
whatever you were gonna say.
I was just gonna ask, what do you want to talk about first?
Mm.
Is it Andor?
Uh, yeah, let's start with Andor. So, I am going to preface, we've only watched 2 episodes. It's been
And there's
super
5 out.
busy. There's 5 out, and they released 3 um in the first go. And I definitely think there's a reason they released 3 because the first 2 episodes do not pick up very much. Um, but that being said, we can still give a review based on the first 2.
Yeah. I I like it. I don't like the flashbacks.
Yeah, I am indifferent toward it. I was gonna say one thing I really don't like is the flashbacks because it's in a completely different language without subtitles.
Yeah, I was like, I was thinking like, am I supposed to have something on? I was because the whole time it's just in what Kiari, is that what it
Hmm.
was? Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's just like, what the heck? I don't like I can get what's going on, but I like understanding what they're saying.
honestly, whenever I went to flashbacks, I was like, okay, I really don't care.
Yeah, those were a little weird.
Also, they don't make any sense because if you have people like I don't think this is the first time people crash landed on their planet or have I'm pretty sure they've seen some space stuff before and they kind of just like have blowpipes.
Yeah.
Also, they're not really effective.
I was kind of like when Cassian passed the guy that they killed with the gun, I was like, pick it up, pick it up.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It was a little weird. I also don't. William had to explain what was exactly going on to me with like the Imperial stuff.
So
Um,
you mean like in the flashback, or like you mean?
no, in general.
So we haven't seen any Imperials yet. Just basically private security firms that are just overzealous. Because I mean, I hate that guy so much, and he's such a good character. Because I hate him so much. You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking about, right?
yeah. The guy who is investigates.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, he's going against everything he stands for. You know why?
Why?
His superior officer told him to do one thing, and he's ignoring orders.
Yeah, I was like, that is like a really good point that the superior officer made. Like, just ignore it and give them something because if it might have just been a bad situation where they approached him, and I was like, that's like exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, they're in a brothel that's not supposed to exist, drinking something they're not supposed to have, being somewhere they're not supposed to be while they're on duty.
Oh yeah, and assaulting a civilian
Yeah,
that they're
I mean,
supposed to protect.
I was when man when I was in a when I was watching him, and I was like, man, this sucks. And then he headbutted the guy and killed him. I was like, deserved. And the whole time I was like, okay, you have to kill this other guy. You have to kill him. Just kill him. Kill him now. Do it.
Mhm.
And then he did, and I was like, yes,
I
good.
was just, I was kind of like, well, I don't know. I'm the show to me feels okay. It just feels very lackluster.
It definitely is a slow burn so far. I feel as though it's not the spy network show I was thinking about. Um,
Yeah,
it's more like a, oh, here's a person down on their luck who accidentally killed a cop and is now like on the run.
I thought, yeah, and
Mm.
I feel like he's just a shady character in general.
Yeah, I don't like Tim, that snitch.
Yeah, I don't
He's
either.
he's so insecure about his girl that he just I don't know. I mean, did he even know where Cassian was from?
I don't know. That's the thing. But I guess he just assumed.
Because she was looking at it.
I don't know. I think he just was like, I feel like this guy is shady. I'm going to report him because he's a shady individual.
Well, he saw the report on his girl's computer. So that's probably how he put two and two together. But I don't know. I think
Yeah,
when you and I had talked to a friend about the show because we hadn't seen it yet, he's like, watching the first three like together, it's probably the best experience. So probably the third episode is where it like turns up.
yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I can judge it too harshly yet, until the third episode.
It's
But
gonna
so
have
far,
24, right?
huh?
It's gonna have like 24 episodes, right?
I think so. It's gonna have a lot.
Yeah, so I
Um,
mean, it has time to develop stuff. So
I think it will be. I think it will be a cool show once it starts getting into stuff. I just this is like gonna be like blasphemy. I was not a huge Rogue One fan. I know everyone and their brother was a huge Rogue One fan, but I was not. I really was like, this feels like a war movie, and yes, they are at war, but I didn't really think of Star Wars that way, More so
yeah,
thought of it as like, this otherworldly thing, and while yes, they are at war, it I didn't like feeling like it was. Does that make
I,
sense?
yeah. I mean, I see that perspective. I didn't hate Rogue One. Um, I definitely liked Andor. I liked the characters, for sure though.
Yeah, I would say he's not my favorite character from that movie.
Yeah.
I really like K2SO and then the blind guy. I can't remember his name.
What, like Chirrut Imwe,
Hmm.
I think is what his name was. Thank you, Heroes.
I know. I was trying to look up to that. Um,
um, yeah, yeah. So I one thing I am confused about is that it's 5 BBY. So the rebellion should already be happening like hardcore by this point, I think.
how did you figure out it was that time period?
It literally says it in the first episode.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, like it says 5 BBY, and then it says the planet.
I, oh, you're right. You're right. I just forgot about that. Um, I don't know. It does kind of seem where they are is kind of maybe in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. Like it's one of those places where it's like, yes, um this does have a good society and good wealth built on this planet, but it's not exactly a key planet yet, you know?
Yeah, it well, this takes place like 5 years before New Hope.
No, it does not, does it?
Yeah, BB1, Battle of Yavin takes place 5 years before the Battle of Yavin.
That's kind of crazy then. I feel like hmm, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Because this is just 5 years before Death Star is destroyed, the rebellion's like actually winning in some way. Like the rebellion should be in full swing. Because I mean, 5 years. Well, Rogue One happens 5 years from now. You know.
Yeah, I didn't think about that honestly. I guess it's going to play more into that in a little bit, you know? It's the only thing I can imagine.
I feel like the only thing that really is detracting from the show is the flashbacks.
I could agree.
I really don't
Um,
like them. And
I'd
for
also say
yeah,
I'm not very compelled by some of the characters. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
I
they're
don't know what
not there
Cassian's
yet.
motives are yet, so I'm not very compelled by him yet within this show.
Well, he's not a rebel yet, so it is kind of like he's just this dude, just doing things
Yeah, like shady stuff.
for no reason at all. I was kind of like offended by the Canary people for no reason at all. I was just kind of like, I feel offended for some reason, just because
Why?
the way they're depicted, they're literally like Native Americans, but instead of bows and arrows, they have blowpipes, and then they have like space suits. Like their outfits are not from their own material. I don't believe that. They look like they got it from like a space tailor shop.
Yeah, and I'm kind of confused with it looks like Children of the Flies a little bit.
Yeah, is there no parents? Because he literally
Yeah,
has his mom.
I don't know. I'm very confused about that whole thing. If they maybe talked a little bit in a language I could understand, I'd
I
be a
mean,
little bit.
I'm not even really completely mad at that. I'm just kind of like, there's no point to this so far. It just
Yeah, I'm
shows that
sure.
the people of Canary are just built different.
I'm sure it's gonna show his sister being taken or whatever.
So, what do you think of the Bayern? Not the one from my campaign, but the one from the Andor.
He seems interesting. Um, I really do think the third episode is needed. Um,
Probably. Yeah.
but the characters seem interesting. It's just I'm not like, wow, I'm really attached to this character. The only character I've been like, that's a good character is the droid.
Yeah.
I really like the droid with like the little stutter. I was like, oh,
Because he has like a bad power conduit or something.
yeah. I was like, I like that idea. I just like this droid.
I need you to tell him, uh, I need you to say alive for me. Do you have enough power to do that? And then he says a second line, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, he actually may need to recharge. I'm gonna tell two lies. I don't understand it, but it's funny.
It is. Yeah, I really like that character. Overall, if you guys are sitting on the fence about watching the show, I would say give it a try. Maybe the first 3 episodes. Push past the second episode. Um, because it's not a waste of time, and the episodes don't feel too long. What are they, like 30 minutes?
First one is like probably a little over 30. Second one's probably like 20 something.
Yeah, so if you just have free time, definitely watch it. But I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about it.
Yeah. So,
So
next
I'm
thing.
I'm really excited to talk about this.
Werewolf by Night.
Gosh, man.
It's very stylized.
Very stylized, very predictable as well.
Yes.
Um, you know, if
Except for Man Thing. I did not
well, I
expect
saw Man Thing in the trailer. That's why I was like. But I guess
I did
before
not
we get
expect
into
anything
it,
like that.
you need to watch this. It's like not a. This is like not a thing where it's like, is it important to the Marvel universe? It could be in the future, right? Because it's some plot line they're setting up with the Marvel monsters, and then also the Bloodstone family, which I was just like, oh my gosh, Elsa Bloodstone is in this. That felt really cool. Um, but you need to watch it. I loved it. It felt really good. I thought, gosh, what would you say? Do people need to watch it or?
I would say you don't need to watch it, but I'd highly recommend it. It's
Yeah,
only like 40 something minutes, but it's really good. It's in black and white until the very end. Um, which I respect that decision because it is highly stylized. The action is pretty good. The characters, I say, are also pretty good, and like the costumes and designs are really good.
I agree. Gosh, it was pretty awesome. I was just so while probably you don't need to watch it right now for the greater MCU, you do need to watch it because it's good, is what I would say. Would that be?
I would agree.
Yeah. So, gosh, it opens up. I guess we're gonna get right into it. It opens up, and you hear about the Bloodstone family, which I have not kept up with this project at all. I just have seen the trailer, And I guess I didn't really realize that Elsa Bloodstone was in it.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't either.
and I heard that, and I was like, "Holy crap! Is this what this show is about?" And
This this movie, this isn't even a movie.
special
This
presentation.
special
I
present.
don't know what you would call it, but I was like, "This is so cool." Um, and I think the twist is, if you saw Man Thing in the trailer, the twist that Jack is a werewolf, I feel like was very, very obvious
Well, I mean,
because
even without knowing Man Thing was there, just clicking on it, you literally see him, and then in his shadow, I think it's like a werewolf or something,
oh, fair enough.
and it says
I was
werewolf
just
by night.
I was just tired, so I clicked on it. Also, if you watch or if you know the comics, Jack is the name of the werewolf by night, the first name. But uh, when it said like this guy has 100+ kills, I was like, yeah, it's gotta
Yeah,
be a monster. Which I also like how they didn't say Elsa's kill count.
they didn't. Yeah,
You know, because it could be well beyond 100. It could be nothing near it, but it could be beyond 100.
she was more of a, I guess, surprise entry.
Yeah, which initially I was like, I don't really like the casting for this character. Um, but
Gave
later I
me
was like,
Jessica Jones vibe,
it gave me that too. But I think it was because it was in black and white more so.
maybe.
But I ended up really liking the casting.
Yeah. One thing
Um,
that I don't understand, like, okay, this happens all the time. It's very predictable. When all of a sudden it's a competition to get something, people are always trying to kill each other. Like, see if you could even kill this creature first off before
oh,
deciding to go kill each other.
I kind of wanted to touch on that. There's no way any of them were killing Man Thing.
Even with his weakened state, he literally dissolved people.
Yeah, there was just no way because if they would have shot something at him, it would have just passed right through him. Like it was like, what are you supposed to do against Man Thing?
Well, they
Which
had axes and like arrows, so it's not even like I don't know.
but it's I was trying to find dates and stuff within it, and I think it takes place in like the 80s, 90s, or maybe the present day in Marvel.
I didn't even think of that. I was thinking, oh, maybe because it's black and white. But then, like when it went to color, it had kind of like an '80s color to it. Now that you mention it, but then
Um,
we'd have to check the funeral, or sorry, the tombstones.
the tombstones had like I think an 80s date on them.
Well, if that was for his aunt though, and his aunt and her aunt had been dead when she was a kid.
Yeah, let's
Let me
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
check
and
that.
go on it. Yeah, and to go look at it too, because I want to know. Also, did they? You think that's like um
Because the aunt had been dead since the 20s, I think.
I'm trying to what's it called? Remember his name. Was it Victor? The dead father.
Ulysses.
Ulysses. Is that like his actual body?
I don't know, but I thought that was
Because
funny.
yeah, I know it was funny, but I was just kind of like, wait a minute, is that this guy's like body puppeted? That's whoa.
Yeah, that's a really good point that Jack does have the werewolf over him. Um,
Just a thought.
uh, see if I can find that part. Are you there
Okay.
yet?
Yeah, I'm there. Let's see here. Um, and then share it. I have to share it to my browser.
1907.
Oh, yeah. So we have 1922 for Francis. But I don't think that's. I don't know if that's her aunt though. Is it that one? Or is the top one 1986?
1986. Yeah.
Is that the one she
But which one
smashing
is
open
her?
though?
I don't think she opens that one.
No, yeah, she opens the 1922.
So it's probably in the 90s, which makes sense because
Does it
how,
though? Their technology.
yes.
They have a bomb that beeps and it's like a turn thing. Then they also have like electrocution sticks.
Well, and this is also a society that humps monsters. Captain America would have been created around 1939, right? World
Yeah.
War
There is
Two.
a thing for 1988, so it's at least past 1980s, I think.
So it makes sense. Man-Thing probably would have been created 1950s. Um,
Instead of doing this detective work, let me Google and see if there's like a straight up answer. Let's see here.
oh, fair
I
enough.
mean, I'm just in case like there's like an official.
No, but it makes sense because Man-Thing would have been created maybe 1950s because he was part of the Weapon Plus program, um, which is recreating the superhero super soldier serum. So if you guys don't know about Man-Thing basically he was a doctor and he
Dr.
was,
Theodore.
yes,
That's
Dr.
why he's Ted.
Theodore Ted. Um and he basically moved to the Everglades um to do research because he was trying to create the super soldier serum. He also kind of talked to Kirk Connors a little bit and tried to get the Lizard to work with him, if you guys know that character at all. What ended up happening is ended up crashing into a swamp, like a magical swamp, with his super soldier serum injected into him, and that was the only copy um, ever made. But it had the side effect of turning him into a monster. Really interesting stuff, and Man Thing reacts to emotions. So when you see a character like Yell or whatever toward Man Thing, it makes sense. He's not a very smart character. He's just going to kill him or burn him with the sulfuric acid.
Yeah.
So when you see Elsa kind of like not do anything and say hi, he's like, oh, okay, this person's not a threat. He's a very primal based character, like emotion. But it felt really good to see that character. I never knew I wanted to see Man Thing in the MCU until now.
Yeah. I so looking it up, there's no official date that I was able to find, but all the thinking kind of coincides with us. It's after the 80s, probably before Captain Marvel, which is like I think 94.
Yeah, and you know, I've always said the magic department and DC could beat Marvel, but I really think Marvel's giving DC a run for their money in this aspect. It just feels really nice. I was pleasantly surprised with this, and I thought it was amazing. I was like, wow, this is something I might have to watch every year. Um,
One
like how we
thing,
said Hawkeye,
sorry.
that's be a new Christmas thing that I probably watch every year.
Oh
This
yeah.
might be a new Halloween thing I watch every year. Who knows?
Um, you know what? I'm very disappointed that Craven the Hunter wasn't here. Very disappointed.
Because he's a hunter.
Yeah, no other reason. He's a hunter. Should have been there.
Oh, Blade should have been there too, shouldn't you?
We had discount Blade. He was there.
Discount Blade. Oh,
And then we kind of had a discount Craven the Hunter.
yeah.
Then we had a discount White Tigress. Then we had a discount Woo, and then a discount. I'm just joking. I don't
Whoa,
know.
calm down.
Nah, I was joking with the last one, but I think the other ones are like
A
pretty
little
much
bit of a
discount.
stretch on the last one.
The last one was very much a stretch.
Yeah, I
I do
really
like
don't.
the design of all the characters though,
I
like their
do too.
outfits.
I really have no idea how they were supposed to win this challenge.
There's there's really no way, but I think I was actually kind of in the very beginning disappointed with the werewolf design actually.
Ye-
Um, I wanted him to be more wolf than man. You could still see the man. I wanted like a dog snout, you know?
I did too.
I wanted like a werewolf from Van Helsing show up and just like murder everyone. But they
Which
didn't
I
do
don't
that.
know if that is. I know he has two different forms. I know he has the kind of form on a regular night, and then he has a different form on a full moon night. Um,
Maybe that was his first form.
because he gets more powerful on a full moon.
Like I wanted something like this.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I was expecting something like that, but I think that will happen on a full moon, or at least I hope. I think it's very reminiscent of the comics, though.
Yeah. I mean, it was still cool though. I just was, and they did show a lot of violence, but it was stylized towards like, you can't really
Oh,
like,
the blood splatters on the
yeah.
screen. Gosh, you're right.
I really like that. The only thing I didn't like is I feel like they could have gone farther,
I agree.
like dismemberments. Like I wanted him to like rip people to shreds, you know.
I agree with that. Um,
But they can't really do that because what is this rated, anyways? Is there a rating on this? They rate online stuff? Probably. TV
TV
14.
14. Yeah,
Okay. Well, hopefully with the
because it's black and white.
yeah,
If it would have
that's
been in color, it would have been TVMA. That's
yeah,
weird.
yeah. That's because it's black and white, you can't really tell that it's blood. Like it doesn't make you think, oh, it's red blood. It's a whole thing.
Interesting. I really, yeah, overall, I just thought this was a really, really cool sort of thing.
Big
Um,
result.
one conversation is who's the character Jack didn't kill? Uh, I think it could be a stepfather. I know a lot of people are like, oh, maybe it was a someone he loved, but if you like go into the origin of the Werewolf by Night, his mom's like, hey, don't kill your stepfather one time, and he doesn't. Um, and there's a whole reason for that, but I'm just
You
not going to
mean
get in.
like who did he not kill because he could smell?
Yeah,
He said it worked once.
yeah, that's
Sorry, I'm
insane.
building. Which leads me to believe that it hasn't worked a lot of other times.
I know.
Um, so I wonder. The real question is, how many people has he even tried that with?
Probably not very many,
Yeah, but it only worked one time, so the other one's dead.
but I thought overall this was something really cool. It really gets me excited for Marvel, and I guess I don't have too much else to say about it. We can give a rating, I guess.
Yeah, I
Um,
think give it an 8. It could be a 9 though.
yeah, I generally I'd say it's an 8 or a 9. Pleasantly surprised with it. Is it the best thing in the world? No. Is it fun? Yes, absolutely. Um,
Could it be better? Yes.
More blood. I'm just kidding.
More blood, guts, dismemberments. Have that werewolf like tearing people to shreds.
I agree with that.
I want to have nightmares.
It wasn't as scary as I would have hoped.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought it was gonna be more like horrific, but like it wasn't scary at all. Like
yeah,
not at
I thought
all.
it was going to be more horror based, but I think that's a fair rating. And this is one of those ratings where it's like it's an 8, but I really, really like it. It's weird, you know.
Yeah,
I thought it was really, really fun. Really cool style, really fun. Just it wasn't like the best thing in the world. It was just something I really, really enjoyed.
and Marvel should do more of it.
I totally agree. Um, but I guess moving on from that, we can go to the Black Panther trailer.
Wakanda forever. So there's a whole thing in She-Hulk. There's this guy who really white guy. His character is very like arrogant and is like has like rich parents. And he bought an illegally stolen Wakandan spear. And he says he's trying to impress She-Hulk. And so he says, I was actually I studied in Wakanda for a bit or something. Either he said that or he was raised in it. He's obviously lying. And he just yells Wakanda forever doing the pose.
Oh
And
no,
he's this really white guy. And then she's like, okay, that makes me uncomfortable. Um,
I haven't been up to date on She-Hulk, but that's pretty funny.
it's the same episode as Daredevil.
Oh,
So,
it is.
yeah, it's a good episode. The only good episode. I'm just joking. There's like 2 or 3 good episodes. In She-Hulk. The rest are kind of like, eh.
But I think so. A lot of people when the first trailer came out were like, "Oh, this is going to be an amazing movie." I wasn't sold on it. I was like, "It's going to be okay." Wasn't a huge fan of the first Black Panther. I thought it was good. Didn't think it was amazing. I was just good. Not in my top 5. Not in my. I don't think it's even in my top 10 of Marvel movies. But it might be. But this one looks really good. I really wish they would have just recast Black Panther at the end of the day. But I understand the Shuri arc because yes, she becomes Black Panther in the comics, and
You
he is like,
spoiled.
yep, I'm sorry, sorry.
They were
Uh,
the whole time saying, "Who is the new female Black Panther?" Of course, it's Shuri.
but I really think there's just so much we missed with T'Challa.
Yeah.
And I know it's not Chadwick Boseman's fault. He did a pretty good job playing the role. I think the best he did was in Civil War. And then it kind of went downhill from there.
So now
But
when Storm gets introduced, they can't fall in love. Dang,
yeah, but
sucks.
there's just so much to the character I feel like could have been done. Neymar looks interesting. I really think so. This is my thing. I really love Aquaman, the first Aquaman.
Yeah.
And that's a very controversial thing. Like, a lot of people were like, it's not that good. I really loved it. I loved the style of Atlantis. I just don't think it could beat Aquaman for me. That's just my personal opinion.
I don't know how to feel about it because it has a lot of Yucatan. Like even the name they call him. What was it? They said it in the trailer. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I don't remember.
I mean, this is like some Maya stuff, which is kind of weird because, correct me if I'm wrong, Namor is not like this at all in the comics.
I am unsure, actually. Neymar's history, I do not know a lot about. Because he was, like, one of the first. He was,
Yeah,
like,
they're not
yeah.
Mayan representation in Marvel Atlantis. See, it almost feels like this is really bad. What I'm about to say. You know how there's always those jokes about this can be uh there's jokes about race wars.
Yeah.
You got a bunch
Oh
of
my gosh.
Hispanics in the ocean fighting a bunch of um A- Africans from Africa,
That's terrible.
and the white people are just watching. I mean, is that not what's happening?
Yeah, that is what's happening. When you put it in terms like that, it does sound really weird. Um, and it's funny because the white people are just watching instead of like helping one side or interfering. You
Yeah, they're
think,
just like, okay, it'll be better for us.
yeah, that's usually not what happens. But
Yeah,
so it's funny that you put it in terms like that. I I don't I don't know with this movie still. It looks a lot better, I think.
yeah,
Does it look amazing? No. I think it's getting way too much hype, and it's like, yes,
it
it's sad.
is.
It's sad Chadwick Boseman has passed. And I really would like him to become, or I really would have liked him to stay as Black Panther because I think he was doing a good job.
Agreed.
I think Marvel had some bad writing choices where they didn't make him smart enough, or um, they didn't make him charismatic enough in some situations.
I mean, if we're talking about it, like T'Challa would have destroyed Killmonger mentally and physically. There
Yeah,
was no way.
that's probably the writing choices I disagree with Marvel for the Black Panther movie, and that's why it doesn't sit well with me. It's just because Black Panther was just like, okay, I'm gonna let this guy take over my kingdom, kind of. That's what it kind of felt like, because he was just like, I don't know, he was just like a Matt. But I think I think this would be a good movie.
You know, I I think it's gonna be good too. I, I, it's gonna be interesting to see how it results. Because it seems like the Atlanteans are just, for some reason, just trying to kill everyone. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I think Neymar is probably going to turn on the generals, and it's going to be interesting to see his mutation because that's really besides
Is he
Miss
immune
Marvel.
in the MCU though?
I hope so. I hope they go that route because he's a mutant in the comics, but imagine Miss Marvel being the only mutant.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we're gonna get that Deadpool movie with Wolverine, so that's gonna be awesome.
Oh, should we talk about that as well?
Yeah. It's gonna be the best movie ever. Shocking. There's that. Have you seen Wolverine versus Hulk animated?
I think so. Might not be the end.
Or like they have Wolverine, um, Deadpool's there, Omega Red, um,
I
some
don't know
other
if I've
people,
seen that.
and there's Hulk, and basically like Hulk is basically it's like it was like a combo. There's one story about Loki taking over the Hulk's body and then attacking Asgard. And then there's the other one was basically the Hulk with Wolverine fighting each other, but then also Deadpool, Omega Red are there. It's a whole thing. It was on Netflix. I don't remember if it is anymore. Let me look it up. But what are your thoughts on Wolverine coming back?
So I can never not have a controversial opinion.
You should have stayed dead.
Wolverine should be recast if they're going to
Oh,
transfer him into
that's
the MCU.
even worse. I can't believe I'm hearing this sacrilege.
I would love to see a movie with Ryan Reynolds Deadpool and Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Just as long as they don't integrate it into the MCU. So
But Deadpool 3 is taking place in the MCU there, right?
I think so. And that's my problem with it because I think it just needs to be a new era. Amazing casting for the X-Men. Even the first class had pretty good casting. But I just think it's time to kind of let go, unfortunately.
It's time to say goodbye.
We just need a short Wolverine that is smelly.
5'3" Wolverine with giant claws,
No, just
really
like a
huge
five,
beard.
5'6",
He's 5'3", though.
He's 5'3".
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Or maybe he's 5'6". I don't know. Let me look it up. He's short though. Wolverine height.
Holy crap, you're right.
Yeah, he's 5'3", 300 pounds.
300 pounds. Yeah. Maybe not 5'3", but
Huge claws. Like huge claws. Big beard. I mean, if you're 5'3" Wolverine.
I feel like maybe 5'6", maybe 5'10", would be appropriate.
Well,
But
he's not that height though. The reason why people see him as that is because of Hugh Jackman.
yeah, that's true. I just really think it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna make me watch the Deadpool movies because I still haven't seen the Deadpool movies.
Wow.
I know, but
Let's see
I
what are the
feel like
characters that are in these movies.
it's
Colossus, Juggernaut, Cable.
I've seen plenty of clips from the movies. Like I know exactly what goes on. I just haven't watched the full movie. Um, I just feel like, it's time for a restart. He's played the role well for like, what is it? Anywhere from like 17 to like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And I feel like Logan should have been his last thing.
But like, here's the thing, right?
Or
People
sorry,
really, I'm.
well,
It's time for me to give a hot take. I didn't like Logan. I didn't
dang.
like it. I thought I had a lot of interesting things going on. Had a very old man Logan thing about it. Um, I thought it was good at different parts, and I feel like it was a decent movie. But I don't know. I didn't like his relationship with the kids at all.
Fair enough.
I do like how Professor X is there. He just kind of sucks. Um, with like, accidentally freezing everyone. And then, Wolverine's old. He has to like take his own claw out of his hand. That's good too. I don't like fighting a young version of yourself. I don't even know how was that explained again? Why was there another Wolverine?
I don't remember.
I don't like that. They had to fight a younger version of himself that's like kind of weird looking.
So basically, you're saying you want a proper goodbye for Wolverine.
Yeah. I don't know if
Okay.
Deadpool's gonna be it though. I feel like I don't know if that'll be any better, like a proper send off. I think it's gonna be a good movie, but I don't know if it's a proper send off for him.
I think that's fair.
What was
Like,
the name of the mutant that was in Logan? I forgot his name, but I love him. He's the mutant that can sense other mutants.
oh crap.
Starts with like a C. Is it Calabac?
Wait, look at the cast.
Caliban? It's like
Yeah, Caliban.
Caliban. Yeah. Love him. It's always great to see Caliban. But I don't know. I feel like it'll be a good movie because all the Deadpool movies have been pretty good. They're pretty funny and pretty over the top though, because Deadpool. Um, but I think it'll be funny. It'll be probably a stylized version of Wolverine, a very or hyperbolic Wolverine.
Yeah, I think it will be really good. But also, I kind of think it's time to move on. It's very conflicting because yes, I'd like to see this, but it's also one of those things where it's like, uh, I don't know if it's it.
Well, let's move on to Nintendo.
Yeah, this is
Mario.
this is probably the thing I'm most excited to talk about actually.
It's a me, Mario.
I'd say everyone except Chris Pratt and whoever plays Toad killed it. Um,
Didn't we only see? Well, we saw Kamek, we saw Jack Black. Um, then it was just like what Mario and Toad, right?
yeah, we saw Luigi in one part of the trailer.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I don't know why it looks so good. Like I don't know.
it
The
looks so clean, like the animation.
Yeah, it looks so good. It's just the voices. Why did you even have to like Chris Pratt isn't even he's just doing like his regular voice kind of.
I know it's so disappointing. I don't know why they went with that because Jack Black is just giving it his all, and then you just hear Chris Pratt. He's like, "What is this place?" And it's like, "What?" what is going on?
I
But
do think the way that they opened up the trailer was awesome. That
oh
penguin
yes,
dude, the king, was like flexing on everyone with his style. He's like,
do you yield?
I forgot who the voice actor is, but he's really good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
This is just a small part of her power, or something like that. That's good.
Yeah, it was so good. I feel like it's one of those movies, this is gonna be like this is probably the prime example, not to this extent, but you know how Shrek is like a kids movie, but it's not a kids movie.
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like it's this movie.
yeah.
Probably not to that extent, but like yes, it's obviously a kids movie. It seems like, but it totally could be something an adult could watch and enjoy.
I wonder, like, if it's following a game or if it's like its own story.
I never remember Bowser collecting stars.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. I
Mario usually
remember,
had to collect the stars.
yeah, Mario did, and
I
then
haven't played all the Mario games though, in all fairness.
Kirby also collects stars. Then Sonic collects rings.
Bowser's just like, I want a career change.
Yeah, I mean, it also makes it in the trailer makes it seem like Mario knows Toad already.
Maybe.
So it's just like, are they? Is this like the normal world, or is it like like they come from a different world, Mario and Luigi?
I wonder if they're gonna do the live action into animation. I doubt it.
What do you mean?
Like how it kind of goes into like imagine they start off as like a live action movie and then go into an anime. I
With
don't
like
think that's gonna happen.
Chris Pratt as Mario? No, it wouldn't happen because Chris Pratt does not at all look like Mario.
For a minute, I thought it was going to be live action.
I wanted it to be live action because I was like, oh yeah, I how they wouldn't look like the characters, but I feel like it would just be really funny to just see Chris Pratt jumping on people dressed up as turtles and then
Gosh,
just fighting Jack Black, who's shooting fire out of his mouth.
oh no, I'm really happy with the animation. It looks so
Yeah,
clean.
it
It's
does.
like it's just like gosh, like looking at some of the shots.
I mean, yeah, no, it looks really clean.
One guy does have some drip.
He does. I want a game based off of the Penguin guy. The way he's like postured, also. Like he
Uh-huh.
knows he's that guy. He is that guy in his head.
That is but a taste of our fury.
It's so good.
And then Bowser just melts the castle.
Yeah.
Um, they have
Who's
some
sorry.
weird casting.
Yeah, who's voicing Luigi?
Charlie Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Tried. Yeah, I know that guy. Okay. Interesting. I feel like that works.
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong.
Gross. but also feel like that's appropriate.
They have Cranky Kong cast. Gosh, this is. I feel like this might be that movie that's just like, wow, this is amazing. Everybody's gonna sleep on this movie because a meme right now with Chris Pratt just doing a Chris Pratt voice.
Yeah. Is Keegan? Wow. So Toad is Keegan Michael Key. I didn't
Yeah,
even pick up on that.
I didn't either.
And I'm seeing Anya Taylor-Joy just everywhere these days.
I don't even know what she's in, but she's.
So she was in Peaky Blinders. She was in Queen's Gambit. She was in Split. Um,
Oh yeah, I
she was in like a X-Men thing too, right? That
the New
um
Mutants.
New Mutants. Um, she's gonna be Princess Peach. Let's see here. The Witch. It's a horror movie. Northman movie that came out this year. Yeah, I mean she's in a lot of stuff like all of a sudden.
It's kind of weird, but I feel like it could be good. I just got to hear the voice first.
Yeah, her voice. I've never seen her play a character that's like happy. So I don't, and not annoyingly happy, like in the sense of like they're happy because you're suffering. I guess I like just a nice character. Never seen her play a nice character. That's like net. The only nice character I've seen her play was in Split and Glass, but she's not happy ever. So I don't know if she has that range. I guess.
Fair enough. We'll see. Um, Gosh, just the cast. I feel like I don't know. I have high expectations for this movie. I know it's like one of those things where it's like, oh well, this is just like a meme movie, but I feel like it's gonna be good.
It's a me, a Mario.
Oh, that was so bad. Gosh.
Um, I feel like it's gonna be better than Sonic. Both Sonics,
Yeah, probably.
because I feel like just fully animated is gonna be better. Um, I feel like I mean I haven't really seen either of the Sonic movies. I've seen parts of it that were really good, and the infamous "You think I need your power?" that just
Oh,
dunks on Sonic. You know, I hope there's a lot of scenes like that that are like
yeah,
that quality.
I agree. Um, I wonder if they're gonna make Chris Pratt do an Italian voice and redo all the lines.
When you think about it, Mario is an Italian plumber created by Japanese.
Yeah.
We're just missing Germany.
Gosh, why do you have to say that?
Anyways, I think it's gonna be. I don't know, man. I recently had to write a history paper, so my brain's going there. Um, and I played a lot of Hoi 4 lately. So
Fair enough. Well, I think there's a lot of exciting things coming up.
yeah.
Um,
Black Adam is coming out.
I know the 20th, right?
Let's see here. 21st. So probably
Oh,
20th is like what?
the
Week there?
premiere.
Yeah, the premiere.
Uh, yeah, I I'm excited. Really freaking excited.
Ready to see Doctor Fate?
Yes, I really think a lot of people are sleeping on this movie.
Yeah. I apparently Black Adam's getting his own DC universe.
What?
That's something I've heard. I don't know how true that is.
I guess we'll see.
Do you think you'll see
But
any of the other members of his family that are alive,
what do you mean?
like Osiris?
Oh, I don't know. I
Probably
don't
not.
know. I doubt it, but it's possible.
Kandak.
I think you'll see his wife Isis.
Oh yeah, ISIS.
I really think Hawkman is so cool. So
He
is Doctor
is.
Fate, Atom Smasher, Cyclone seems pretty cool. This just is a really cool movie, and I feel like a lot of people are like not exactly acknowledging it.
I actually dig the casting of Hawkman being black.
I do too. Is that the Hunter and Werewolf by Night?
No, there's no way. No, no.
Are you sure?
Let me look him up. Aldous Hodge. Let me look up the Werewolf by Night casting. I don't think that's him.
You're right. It's not.
Yeah, completely different person. Wow. Look at Lincoln over here. Hey, that one lady dressed in white has such weird facial features.
Yeah.
Uh, is there anything else to talk about?
I don't really think so.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.